little bit more just, I guess, about like the struggles in general, right? I think at the end, what you're saying is something that I think is so key for any athlete, any just person, just how you handle life. Like, so you're going to get thrown struggles, right? Just because I go out there and let's say I go 0 for 4, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden I have to change my swing, right? Like, you go out and shoot, 2 for 12. It's like, I don't need to all of a sudden change how I shoot, right? Like, and oftentimes it's so easy for us, and I still struggle with this, like, as human nature, we gravitate towards the things that we're doing wrong. So if you went 2 for 12 from the floor, you'd say, well, man, was my elbow a little bit more here shooting these jumpers? Like, I need to focus on like being here. It's like, that's not always the answer. And it's easy to sit there and nitpick and say, well, I can look at my swing and I can see that I'm leaking a little bit on this front side here and I can't stay on the ball. So I need to strictly work on that, right? Well, sometimes like that's a product of another issue, or maybe I'm just late, right? Like maybe I'm just starting late. I just need to be better on time. Like, it's easy for us to go back to the drawing board and say, man, I'm doing this, this, and this wrong. Next thing you know, you're paralyzed by your fear of like, I'm doing all these things wrong in my swing, So it's important for me when those moments happen to look back and say, did I prepare for the day to be successful? And if I can say yes, then you just move on to the next day and you go about your same work again and you do it again. And then if you are really starting to see over time that ain't working, you can make some, adjustments within that routine to get you to where you want to be. But it's so easy, especially in baseball, like it's a failure driven sport. And so if you were to only look at the failure and have that define your swing or define who you are, then you're doing yourself a big disservice. And one thing that I've really noticed lately, that I've been on a really good routine of, is each day I'm doing like 2 different exercises. And we talked about this in one of the podcasts, but some meditation and some journaling work to twice a day, I'm connecting with who I am, right? Like, if I'm always connected with who I am, then all the other stuff's going to take care of itself.